Okay, we've got the same mannequin. I took the bubbles out of it and combed it. I've split it into 3 sections here. These are going to be the ponytails. I just wanted to show you these 3 sections that we're putting 3 different ponytails in so that you can see how these are going in. It's important that this have a sharp line going up at these 2 parts, because then when you pull the hair in a ponytail, it covers this whole split, and it's beautiful. It covers it there. So make sure you're going on this line going up in here. Okay, I'm just going to start with the bottom ponytail. I'm going to use my my smaller boar bristle brush. You'll probably get your own favorite tool, whether it's the larger Danico brush or the combs to do this with. Everybody has their own favorite tool, but the boar bristle brush is by far my favorite. Okay, so I just put the 3 ponytails in. I showed you where we sectioned those before. And what we're going to do is we're going to separate each of these ponytails. In this case, we get to leave them in. We're going to separate these ponytails into 3 to 5 different sections and put bubbles so that you've got a layering of bubbles coming all down the back of the hair in here. Same technique with the bubbles, but now we're just distributing our weight. This will be the main base, this center ponytail here. We're going to try to bring everything to that. When we're doing this, our bubbles are going to come up and meet this here so that it flows down from in that area. Okay? So I'm going to start with, I'm just going to move this ponytail out of the way, and I'm not going to pay too much attention to the small one at first, so we're going to work with the main one in here. And I'm going to split it into an odd number of sections is better, so 3 or 5 is better than 4 or 2. Okay, I'm just going to put my back combing brush. We're going to put our back combing in here, or my back combing comb. Same thing, make sure you're smoothing the side that is going to be seen. The underneath can be as back combed as you like. Make sure those ends are smooth. And we're just going to pin these in here. 1. Again, I just rolled it around my finger. And you still have to use 2 pins, right? You're crisscrossing your pins in there so that this is going to stay when they go dancing, wherever it is that they're going, right? Let's see, 1. How many am I going to get in here? I might just get 3 in this top one, and then I'll try to work with some of these extra looser pieces after. Put the back combing in with whichever one you like. Smooth it out. When I'm doing these, if I use hairspray, and I almost always for a client, I will use hairspray for sure. Aerosol, definitely aerosol is the way to go. Anything that has a pump on it will leave that hair just a little bit crusty, and it's not going to be anywhere near as nice. Aerosol is definitely the way to go for using hairspray with updos. Okay, crisscrossing our pins. Okay, all that hair is still out. And one last one in here. Now this is going to have 3, and there's going to be a little bit of spaces in here, but that's all right. We're going to fill those with this down here, Bobby, with the ponytail down on the bottom. Okay. Turn down my fingers. 2 pins, 1. Don't forget to lock it. 2. Now we're going to come with this one, and I can see that already there's a little more hair over here just because the 2 ends are coming out on this side. So when I'm dealing with this bottom one, I'm going to make sure I pull some hair up into this emptier space. Right up in there. Oops. So yeah, that should be okay. in here. If I could do this one in 2. You know what? I'm going to switch this one and I'm going to put this into 2. And you'll work with it and see, oh shoots, 2 didn't work. I'll have to go back and I'll just pull that one out and put in 1. You know, these updos don't, you know, it's pretty rare that you're going to put an updo in and never have to fiddle with it as you're going and say, oops, I got to take that one out and put it somewhere else. Just work with it. Don't worry, when you step back from this and say, oh, that's not quite right, go ahead and change what you think isn't right about it. And step back at various stages in your hairstyle and say, okay, where do I need more hair? Where do I need less hair? And I think one more down here should do it. Whoops, dropped my comb on the floor. I won't pick that up and offend my client. Let's see. Have this in. Maybe I'll have this coming. Actually, I back combed it on the wrong side, maybe for what would look best. I'll comb that back combing out on that side. In over here. And, oh, wow. That's not going to look pretty. Let's make sure that we get all that back combing out. You can see what's going to happen if you don't. You're going to get that big fuzzy knot, and then when they go off to their beautiful occasion, someone's going to say, wow, where'd that rat come from? Right? You don't want this to look like a rat's nest. And that one's just a little too small. I haven't double clipped it yet. In here. I'm sure you found when you took out your last bubbles updo on the top that was it a lot of work to get all those pins out. So imagine how your client feels when they get home. I always think when they come back they say, I couldn't believe how many bobby pins you had in my hair. You know, and they'll count them out and they'll be over 100, and I think, well, that might be, there might just be that many bobby pins that go in there. Okay, and you can smooth out these ends. Some of this on this mannequin is that the hair is so much one color. Very rarely are you actually going to do somebody's hairstyle where their hair is one tone. You're going to have highlights, your ends are going to be a little bit lighter, and so you'll see the differences. You'll see more texture within these bubbles. Okay, last one. And we're going to make this one blend all into here. And let's start with our top piece. Probably splitting this one into, this one's got a fair bit of hair in it. Probably going to split this one into 5 pieces, into 5 separate pieces of hair. And it's nice. I mean, I have the advantage. I have a mirror in front of me to see, okay, how does this look on her face? Is this bubble going to be okay here? And when you're doing a client's hair in the salon, you're always double checking in the mirror. Okay, how's that looking towards their face? Is that going to match it? Is this bubble going to be okay? And it's probably not such an advantage that you have if you don't have a mirror in front of you. You'll have to just step back and take a look at the balance. How is it balancing on there? Okay, smooth that out. Together very well. And again, you can add all kinds of things to this. Add some jewels in there, add some flowers in there. We pulled all the hair up. You don't have to pull it all up. You could have left some down hanging on the sides so that she was nice and just had some softness in there. You could have left the bangs out and pulled them off to the side as well. Okay, I can tell I actually need one piece right here from the front. So I'm going to put one back there, and maybe I'll just arch that one forward. Oh, there we go, just arch that one forward. sorry, last two here. Oh, that one pinned, that one Chris, I was gonna say that one crossed under another one, but I'll double it anyway. Just crossed. And then one more in here. Maybe I'll just do a simple one coming down. So something that can look very complicated and intricate was just as simple as 3 ponytails and doing some bubbles in each of the 3 ponytails. And then you've distributed your weight down a little bit more. Perhaps maybe maybe we could have pulled a little bit of hair down here and in there a little bit. Maybe you could have a little flower. This little thing I can see, you want to just adjust that so the hair is covering the split.